How to shoot a music video. Here we go.
Cracka Lack on the track.
What's up everyone, my name is Cracka Lack. Welcome back to Cracka Lack TV. In today's video, we're gonna go over the long-awaited tutorial, how to shoot a music video. My goal for you is by the end of this video, I want you to feel confident enough to either go out and shoot your first music video or just shoot your next video, but a better video with the knowledge that I'm gonna share with you today. So I've been shooting music videos for over 10 years now. I've shot over 300 music videos. Majority of those videos being low to no budget in the very beginning. And over the years, I've worked my way up to more of the mid and sometimes even like the higher budget music videos. Now to keep this video under 4 hours, I'm gonna briefly touch on each topic that goes into shooting a music video. And if you guys want me to go more in depth on each topic in the future, let me know in the comments below what questions you have, and I'd be more than happy to answer those questions in future videos. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for future uploads for more good content just like this right here. Now we're gonna talk about gear first, then planning the video, pricing a little bit, and then actually shooting the video. So first, let's talk about cameras. I always recommend just use the best camera that you can afford. In the beginning, if you don't have a camera, use your phone. It's not about the camera that you use, but more so how you use it. So when I first started doing music videos, I actually used my mom's old Sony Handycam camcorder. And with that camera, I learned how to kind of piece together a project. And then I also learned how to do basic video editing from editing that footage. Now today I use a Sony a7S II, which is a 4K camera, but before this, the camera that really changed the game for me was a Canon T3i. It shoots in 1080, and that was the camera that forced me to learn how to use a camera. And I'm telling you right now, learning how to use a camera and adjust the settings to get the correct exposure is gonna be the most important thing that you can learn with photography or videography. I have a video on this channel where I go from start to finish over every single camera setting and what each setting does. I'm gonna put a link to that on the screen right here and also in the description. I do plan on doing future videos where I show you what level of videos that you can get with using just very cheap cameras and even like shooting with a phone. I'm gonna do some of those challenges in the future. So make sure you subscribe to stick around for that. Just make sure that you conquer the camera that you currently have before you even think about investing your money into a better camera. Now with lenses, one tip that I got from more advanced shooters when I was coming up was invest in the best glass that you can. So when you're looking up cameras, you can have a nice camera, but if you have a shitty lens for it, you're not gonna reach the full potential of what that camera is capable of. So with every lens, I've noticed that there's a cheap version and there's a more expensive version. The cheap version, it's gonna be plastic, the glass isn't as good. I remember going to a camera store one time and I said, hey, this 50mm lens is $130. But then there's also the same brand 50mm lens that's $1,200. What's the difference? And then the salesman pretty much said it's, you know, a night and day difference. And if I'm not happy with the sharpness that I'm getting with the $130 lens, when you upgrade, you'll see the difference. So my takeaway was you really do get what you pay for with lenses. So invest in the best glass that you can. If all you have is the money to invest in one lens, I would try to get a zoom lens so that way you can cover a decent range of focal length. So let's say you have a 16 to 35, you know, at 16 you can get a wider shot, and with 35 you can get a closer shot. A nifty 50 is a beast. So when I got my Canon T3i, I was told that, you know, the stock lenses that they come with aren't very good, and you know, it's not going to give you that sharp image. And I remember I bought a 50mm 1.8 $130 lens from Best Buy, and I actually used that lens for every single video that I shot for 2 years. So I really got a lot of practice in with that one lens right there. I probably did over 100 music videos using just one lens, and that was a 50mm. One thing to remember with lenses is the higher the millimeter, the more close up it is, and then the lower the millimeter, the more far away and wide it is. In the future, if you start having multiple lenses, you're gonna have a wide angle lens, which is gonna be a lower millimeter. You're gonna have something in the middle like a 50 or 85, and then maybe like a really close up zoom lens that can go past 100, 200mm. Next is gonna be lighting. They say lighting is key, and it is true. In the beginning, if you don't have lights, just shoot a lot of daytime stuff. And then even if you have to shoot at nighttime when you don't have lights, use free lighting resources that you can find, like street lights or headlights on the cars. Or I used to have a $30 light that would screw onto the top of the camera, and I used that in the beginning for all of my like nighttime music videos. Now I actually have a tutorial where I show you guys, I think 5 different examples of how to shoot nighttime music videos. I'll also put a link to that somewhere on the screen and also in the description. Now, when you do have a budget for lights, I would honestly just look on Amazon. For under $200, you can get some nice lights. Or even right here, we have a softbox white LED right here. And I think this came in a 3-pack for around $150 to $250, so it doesn't cost you that much. Now, as far as stabilizers, tripods, drones, those can help out quite a bit actually, but in the beginning, you know, everyone starts somewhere. I didn't actually have a drone for my first 7 years of filming. I didn't have a stabilizer for my first 6 or 7 years of filming. So everything was all handheld. And then I did have a tripod, but I barely used it. So once you've done enough videos and you run into the problem where, man, I need a stabilizer, that's when I would honestly say it's time to go get a stabilizer. When I got my DJI Ronin M, which is the thing with the handles that balances the camera, it really did take my videos to the next level. When I watched them, I'm like, wow, they look so professional now. They're so smooth. And it was about $1,000. So a stabilizer can help a lot. I did a full-length review tutorial side-by-side comparison where I showed you guys before and after footage when I was using the Ronin, and then when I was just trying to walk smooth with my elbows tucked, heel toe, walking really smooth. And there was no comparison. Like, the Ronin was way better. Drones are cool because they give you that aerial shot. Again, the first 7 years, I had no drone and I had no problem, honestly. It's a really cool thing to add like a dope shot to the video. You know, if you have a drone and you got a car driving down the road or things like that, drones can give you that extra seasoning on your food or that you sprinkle on the top. I currently have a DJI Mavic Air, which it does shoot in 4K, gets the slow-mo and all that. It's about $1,000. All right, now that the gear and all that's out of the way, let's talk about actually planning the video, kind of pricing the video. So in the beginning, just remember, you gotta get those reps in, you gotta get those shots in the gym. If you're just getting started, I would honestly not even think about charging at this time. I would be focused more on shooting videos to get better videos, so that way you can draw more people in to actually start getting paid to do the music videos. As far as the pricing and payment process, what I currently do is I require a deposit. From there, the artist sends me the song. After they send me the song, I ask them about what the budget is. And then another thing to consider is, remember, it's their video and they're more invested into the song. Like, this is your first time hearing the song, but they actually sat there, wrote the song, then they recorded the song. They've listened to the song several times before they even reached out to you about doing the video. So I like to ask the artist, hey, do you have any ideas right now or any things in mind that you want in the video? And usually they'll have a couple ideas and I'll say, okay, I'll take those couple ideas and I'll turn that into a real music video. And I also have this idea, this idea, this idea. And sometimes the artist will give me the freedom where, hey, I don't have any ideas, I don't want to hold you back, just anything you come up with. And those are honestly my favorite videos to shoot, obviously. But some artists do have their own vision that they want for the video, and it's our job as music video directors to capture their vision and deliver that to them, because it's their video, so we got to make them happy. So now, once we've agreed on a price, we'll set a time and day to shoot the video. I'll let them know any other things that I may need, like if I'm picturing certain items, like, hey, do you have a car like this, or can you get access to a car like this? I'm picturing a location like this. Can you get that location, or can we rent that location? Any specific things that you need for the video, that's all planned and talked about right there. I'd always recommend the artist to bring at least one change of clothes. If it's a 2-verse song, like two different outfits. The most important tip for planning your videos is I always like to picture how the video is gonna start, what's gonna happen throughout the video, and then how does the video end. So back in the day, a lot of videos were very literal. So if it's a hustling song about drug dealing or whatever it is, the videos would show literally all the things that they're talking about. What I've noticed nowadays, it's kind of the opposite. So the song could be about big booty girls, but it's gonna show, you know, the artist dressed up in a suit and tie in a cubicle working in an office, and a pet lion comes in. Like, very random things are becoming more and more normal in music videos that I'm seeing nowadays. But a lot of that falls back on the actual director. So it's kind of like, what is your style? Are you a off the wall creative type person, try to make that stand out in all of your videos so you have like a similar theme or style. My style, I really like to do more of like the cinematic stuff. So as far as the animated After Effects, things popping up here and there, that's not actually my style of videos. I like those, but usually what I tell the artists is if that's the type of video you want, you're kind of in the wrong spot. And my style is more of that cinematic look and very movie-like. All right, guys, now it's time to shoot the video. How should you prepare yourself? First, make sure you have some extra batteries with you. I always have 3 to 4 batteries. You can buy spare batteries really cheap on Amazon. They usually come in like a pack of 2 or 3 for anywhere from like $15 to $20. One, make sure you have your memory card. There's been times where I showed up to shoot a video and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have a memory card. Hey man, I'll be right back. I gotta run to the store real quick. And I had to go to Walmart and buy a memory card. My memory card was full. It's the first time it's ever happened in my life. So I had to stop, get this, go right back. So since then, what I've learned is 1, make sure you have your memory card. 2, make sure your memory card has open space, like at least 32 gigs or so. And then 3, you can go above and beyond and actually have a spare memory card on top of that. I keep a spare memory card in my wallet at all times just in case something's wrong with the other memory card. Always be prepared, don't get caught off guard. Now for playback on the song, I just have a Bluetooth speaker. I got a $30 to $40 Bluetooth speaker off Amazon. Make sure your speaker's charged and make sure you have everything ready to go before the video, even the night before if you want to be super good. Now, as far as having a shot list, if you want to, you can. But what I found is a lot of times when I'm shooting videos, what I'm preparing for versus what I'm showing up and actually seeing are a lot of different things. So sometimes we're kind of walking in blind as far as like the location scouting. If you have access to the location, like if it's somewhere close by you, go to the location, kind of look around, find the coolest spots there. You're like, okay, I like the look over there. I really like this wall right here. And then I like these poles over there. So you pick out the coolest spots in the location. Always make the artist feel comfortable. That's major key right there, because a lot of times it's gonna be the artist's first time shooting a video and they may be nervous or scared, or you could tell sometimes when they're shy and they're not that into it. Like, hype the artist up, make them feel confident, make them feel good, make them comfortable. Take the lead, you're the director. A mistake that I made in the beginning, I was very shy, like I'm still a shy person, but I would be the shy director, so I'm kind of just there quiet with the camera, letting the artist take the lead. And one thing I've learned over the years is the artist is way more comfortable if you're there, you're confident, and you're calling out the shots. Like, someone has to take the lead, and the music video is your baby, so you should take the lead with that. Be confident, and even if you don't know what you're doing, act like you know what you're doing. Like, confidence is key. Fake it till you make it. My dad told me a story, because one of my biggest problems to this day is hiding my emotions. So sometimes when I'm showing up there and I don't have what I need, or I was picturing one thing, and then now that I'm at the location, I'm seeing this, like, man, this isn't what I'm picturing. I have to readjust, because how I am, I have to see the video in my head before I actually turn the camera on and start shooting. So as far as showing that you're confident and you know what you're doing and you have things under control, that's security for the artist to feel comfortable. Like, oh yeah, man, the cameraman, he's got it under control. He knows what he's doing. Because if you aren't able to hide that, my dad said, imagine if you went to the dentist and you open your mouth and the dentist was like, holy shit, and panicked, right? You'd be like, uh-oh, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? But instead, anytime you open your mouth, no matter how fucked up your teeth are, the dentist is cool, calm, and collected. So you gotta be the same way while you're on set. Music videos consist of 2 things. 1 is gonna be performance shots, and 2 is gonna be B-roll. Performance shots is anytime the artist is saying the words to the song. B-roll is just everything else. So for your performance shots, I recommend filming at the highest quality that you can at 24 frames per second. Now, when you get more advanced, you can do 60 frames per second performance shots. That way you have the ability to slow down the shots. Like, when you see the artist and they're saying the words to the song, then all of a sudden it goes slow motion, and then it speed ramps and speeds up real quick and goes back to regular on beat. You can do that if you film at 60 frames per second. But in the beginning, for years, all I filmed was performance shots at 24 frames per second, the highest quality possible. Now, as far as how many scenes should you do for the music video, I'd recommend on average, if it's a 2-verse song, at least 2 scenes. And if it's a bigger budget, you can do 3 to 4 scenes or go above and beyond that. But the main thing is to keep the video interesting, so you're not seeing everything that happens in the video in like the first 30 seconds. So now at each scene, I would recommend to get at least 3 performance shots. So let's say this is a scene right here and you got the camera on a tripod. For all 3 takes of me doing the performance shot, you got to change something up to give it more of a variety with the look. So one shot could be right here on the tripod. The second shot could be handheld, moving the camera kind of like this. And the third shot could be, you know, closer to my face, farther away. You just got to change the angle, change the look, change the camera movement, change something about the shot for each take, and then get 3 of those in one spot. Then you'd move to location 2. Now, you don't actually have to get in the car and drive to a whole nother location if you want. Sometimes it's just utilize the resources you have, and there might be a really cool wall that you guys don't see that's right there, and I can get up and move right there, change my clothes, and boom, let's do it again. Now we do 3 takes where I do the whole song. You do a close-up, you do a far out, you do a low angle or a high angle or a steady shot. Whatever you do, just change the look. Each take that you do, get at least 3 takes, and that's your performance shots. Now for B-roll, what's important to do is show the surroundings. So any type of scenery shots, if I'm sitting right here, you might want to get some B-roll, slow motion of the table or the texture of the table, close up of the ceiling around here. Show the surroundings and tell a story with it too. Some songs are different and maybe they don't have a storyline going on, but with rap videos, a common thing to do is just show them vibing to the song. I'll always tell the artist, hey, on this take, don't say any of the words. And on a side note, no matter how many times you say don't say the words, they're still gonna move their mouth a little bit. It's like they can't help it. But get a shot of them vibing to the song. Any type of movement they're doing, as long as you're filming like 60 frames or 120 frames, as long as you can slow it down, it looks really cool. Now for B-roll, you don't have to film slow motion. Sometimes I'll switch it up and shoot a video and I might not film anything in slow motion. There is no rule for B-roll that it has to be in slow motion. You can film it in whatever you want, but if you are gonna film B-roll and you want it to be slow motion, that's where you would change your camera setting to 60 frames or 120 frames and make sure your shutter speed matches that. So if you're filming at 60 frames per second, you want your shutter speed to be at least 120. Usually cameras don't have 120, so it'll be 125. And then if you're filming at 120 frames per second, your shutter speed would be at least at 240. Most cameras don't have 240 as an option, so it'd be 250. Now, how long should a video shoot take? It can really vary. On average, I would say most videos that I shoot take about 4 hours, anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. The fastest video I ever shot was only 25 minutes, but it was a short 1.5-minute song. It was one location, and we just got, all right, take 1, take 2, take 3, take 4. All right, let me get some slow motion. All right, guys, we're good. It was like the police were gonna show us, so we had to leave, but it was still a good video. We had everything we needed in and out 25 minutes. That was the police that just drove up. Just remember, don't be too hard on yourself. Everyone starts somewhere. So in the beginning, everyone's videos, that's like the starting point. And then I promise you, your second video is going to be better than your first video, and then so on and so forth. It should continue that way. You're gonna learn every time you shoot a new music video. Once you're editing your 5th video, you're gonna learn something new that you apply to that one. And when you go shoot your 6th one, it's like you should keep getting better and better as you progress and do more videos. The next step would be editing the video, and that's a whole nother tutorial that we're gonna talk about another day. So again, leave comments and let me know which topics that you want me to go over more in depth in future videos. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified for future uploads. If you want more help, hit the link in the description and I'll be happy to help you. If you found this video helpful, it really does help me out a lot if you give the video a thumbs up. All right, you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Cracka Lack TV, we out. I think we did it. Boom. I think we did it.